My name is Darren Mitchell. I'm 32 years old. I've worked as a seasonal fire lookout for the US Fire Service, on and off for almost a decade. Solitude doesn't bother me. In fact, I crave it. When I first took this job, people thought I was running from something. I was. The quiet helped for a while, but I never expected the quiet to turn against me. This is my third season in a remote tower out in the Bob Marshall Wilderness in Montana. Rough terrain, rugged forests, hardly any trails. You're closer to grizzlies than people out here. That's the way I like it. At least, I used to. Day 1. The shift begins. I arrived at the tower on May 3rd. Standard procedure. Check the equipment, do a radio test, stock up the pantry, log weather conditions. The place was just as I left it last year. Musty, creaky, but solid. 40-foot tower, single room cabin on top, wraparound deck, propane stove, cot and a radio setup, with solar panels that sometimes work. Nothing out of the ordinary, at first. The air was colder than usual. A bitter wind that cut straight through my coat despite the sunshine. I chalked it up to mountain spring. Around sunset, I was sipping coffee on the deck, taking in the view of the valley. That's when I noticed something odd. Movement down by the tree line. I grabbed my binoculars. It was too far to see clearly, but I swear something was standing at the edge of the trees, motionless. Human-shaped, but not quite right. I watched for nearly 10 minutes. He didn't move. Eventually, it just wasn't there anymore. No movement, just gone. Day 2. The echo. The next night, I heard something strange. Around 1:30 AM, I was lying in my cot with a book, when I heard what sounded like footsteps on the stairs below the tower. That was impossible. Nobody hikes out here this early in the season. The closest trailhead is a 10-mile slog through snowmelt and mud. I froze, heart pounding, every instinct screaming. I waited. Another step. Then, a voice. Darren. I didn't move. I didn't even breathe. It sounded like my name was being whispered from just outside the door. Then, again, clearer this time. Darren, it's me. Let me in. It was my own voice. Exactly my voice. I grabbed the emergency shotgun from under the cot, loaded it, and pointed it at the door. I stood there for nearly an hour, sweating, shaking, listening. But nothing happened. Eventually, I heard the slow, deliberate creak of someone or something descending the stairs. In the morning, I found muddy footprints leading up to the first step. They were barefoot, human-shaped. But the toes are wrong. too long, too pointed, as if someone had copied a human foot from memory and gotten it almost right. Day 4. Static and silence. The next 2 days passed in a kind of fog. I barely slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I heard whispers. Sometimes from the radio, sometimes from beneath the floorboards, and always in my own voice. During my weather report check-in, I keyed the mic and said, "Tower 9, reporting in." Static. I tried again. That's when the radio crackled to life. "Tower 9, reporting in." My voice. A recording, maybe? Like someone had played my words back through the radio, a half a second after I spoke them. I yanked the cable out of the unit. Silence returned, but it didn't feel comforting. That night, I set up motion-triggered lights on the stairs. They'd never seemed necessary before, but I needed something. Around 2 AM, the lights clicked on. Then, one by one, they started going out. Popping. Like someone was smashing them with a stick. Or claws. I didn't sleep at all. Day 5. The thing in the fog. The fog rolled in thick the next evening, swallowing the trees like smoke. Visibility dropped to around 20 feet from the guard railing. Right around twilight, I heard it again. Footsteps. Slow and scraping. I turned off every light, pressed myself against the wall, and watched. A shape emerged in the fog. It was tall, gaunt, skin stretched tight over bones that were too long, too thin. Its face was a twisted mix of animal and man. A deer skull with white human eyes. But the jaw hung loose, gaping and trembling. A thick cloud of mist formed with each breath the creature took. Its rib cage rattled with each breath, almost as if it was shaking in excitement. Then it looked up, right at me, and then it spoke, in my voice. "I'm cold up here." I aimed the shotgun and fired. The blast echoed through the valley. When the smoke cleared, the thing was gone. But the echo of my voice kept drifting through the fog. "Why did you do that? Why did you hurt me?" Day 6. The knock. It came back the next night. This time, it knocked. 3 times. Solid, slow, deliberate knocks on the tower door. I didn't move. I stayed in bed, under the covers like a kid, gripping the shotgun so tight my knuckles turned white. Then came the scratching. Long, slow drags of claws on the wood, up and down, circling the walls. I could hear it moving around me, always just out of sight. Then, "Let me in, Darren. You're tired. Let me keep watch for a while." My own voice, but now layered, like it was unravelling. Echoes within echoes, like a broken tape loop of my worst nightmare. I shouted, "You're not real." Silence. Then, footsteps descending the stairs again, each one impossibly loud. Day 7. The journal. I found a journal in the storage compartment beneath the floorboards the next morning. It wasn't mine. The leather cover was water-stained and mouldy. Inside, the handwriting was tight, rushed, desperate. The entries dated back over 40 years. Here's what one said. "It waits in the trees. It takes your voice, then your face, then your memories. If you hear it speak, it's already too late." Another entry read, "Don't trust the radio. Don't trust the mirrors. Don't trust yourself." And finally, "Bury the heart, or it never stops." Day 8. The imitation. I decided I had to leave. Packed what I could carry. I left the radio behind. I started down the mountain trail before sunrise, shotgun in hand. The forest was too quiet. Every now and then, I'd hear something behind me. Leaves crunching, twigs snapping, but nothing ever appeared. Until I reached the clearing. It was me, standing there, wearing my clothes. Same backpack, same gun, same face. But the eyes were wrong. Too wide, too hungry. I froze. It spoke first. "You're going the wrong way." I said nothing. It took a step forward. "You're not real. I'm the real Darren." I raised a shotgun. "Then prove it." It just smiled. That horrible, skeletal grin. Its jaw stretching too wide. Skin beginning to tear. Then it turned and walked back into the forest. Day 10. The Wendigo. I made it to a ranger station, half collapsed, clearly abandoned and lost to time. I've been holed up here for the past 2 days, writing this, trying to stay awake. I don't know if I'm really safe. I hear it at night, Outside, the boards are nailed across the windows. Sometimes I hear two of me talking, one laughing and one crying, whilst they both circle the building, trying to find a way in. I found another passage in the old journal, the last one written frantically. It is the hunger that wears your skin. The Wendigo doesn't kill you, it replaces you. It becomes you. And when it does, it walks down the mountain in your body, and no one will ever know the difference. If someone finds this journal, burn the tower, the entire forest if you have to. Don't let it escape. A quiet scrape broke the silence from above me. I guess this is goodbye.